May your morning be colorful, joyful, and blessed. This is Mrs. Rose and V. Parane from Payapa National High School, and this video is for grade 9 learners. Welcome to our Homeroom Guidance Quarter 1, Module 2 entitled Conquering the Clouds of Challenges. At the end of the learning session, the learners are expected to attain the learning objectives. First, you're going to identify the different challenges encountered in dealing with school activities and how these challenges were dealt positively. Second, you're going to compare pros and cons in utilizing the various study habits. And third, you're going to share insight on performing daily tasks in school. But before we proceed, let us have our short review. From your past module, you learned about the different learning styles and how this can affect your study habits. In addition, you were able to assess your study skills and identify those that are needed for the effective facilitation of learning. You are also able to gain insight about the different ways and how you can strengthen effective study habits. Okay, so let us proceed. According to Rabindranath Tagore, clouds come floating into my life, no longer to carry rain or usher storms, but to add color to my sunset sky. This means that understanding your limitations inside and outside the school is just as important as looking into other aspects, like life experiences, social economic status, lifestyle, values, and beliefs. All of this can influence your achievement of life goals. These life goals are great motivational factors for you to keep going and to be inspired in being the best, especially when unexpected life setbacks happen, such as the current COVID-19 pandemic. Indeed, continuing to focus on your studies is one of the best foundations that you can build. Specifically, consider the advantages and disadvantages of using effective study habits as your guide to develop routines, such as the things that you can do on a regular basis which can help you achieve academic success. As a learner, you constantly face several things that demand your time for school or family. But knowing your priorities or what is important in life will give you guide to do what is best. In this module, you can learn how to be a strong-minded individual who knows how to manage activities and time well and who can share effective study habits which will be helpful to lifelong learnings. So let us proceed with our first activity. Let's try this. So this is entitled, How Do I Study? Okay, so let us proceed. Go, please turn your page. You turn your module on page number 6 and page number 7. First, you are going to identify the possible challenges of a learner in each picture. So, pinapakita diyan ang 4 na larawan ng estudyante. If, if, by just looking and observing at the picture, i-interpret mo kung ano kaya ang mga challenges na nararanasan ng mga estudyante ayon sa pinapakitang 4 na larawan. Okay, number 2. You're going to write your answer on a clean piece of paper to be followed by your answer to the processing question. So, at the end of this interpretation of the picture, you will be answering 3 processing questions. Number 1, what is the most challenging situation for you in this picture? Among the challenges, number 2, among the challenges presented, where can you relate the most and why? Number 3, how do you overcome and deal with it positively? So in this activity, you are going to answer this in 5 minutes. And your time starts now. If you're done, let us proceed with our activity number 2. Let's explore this. So the title of this activity is The Cloud of One's Life, or The Cloud of One's Life. Okay, so the direction for this activity, you are going to pick the different challenges written in the clouds that you have encountered or you are facing right now. Then, copy the table that will be presented on the next slide on a sheet of bond paper and write your answer, including your answer to the processing question. Okay, so turn your module on page number 7 for the cloud of one's life. So nakalagay po diyan ang ating mga pinagdadaanan sa loob ng clouds. And then on page 8, nakalagay dito ang The Cloud of One's Life worksheet. So you're going to fill in your name, grade and section, and the date. So, let us go back first to the first part, The Cloud of One's Life. Basahin natin ang mga challenges that learners may facing during this time. On the first cloud, nakalagay dyan, lack of conducive space for learning. Next, not enough food for family every day. Difficulty in understanding a subject. Need to take care of younger siblings while studying. Struggling to adjust in distance learning. Distracted by a lot of things at home, like TV, house chores, social media, online games, and many more. Procrastination of lack of motivation to study. So ito yung mga usual na pinagdadaanan ng mga learners sa pagkakataong ito. So let us go to our worksheet. Makikita nyo sa ating worksheet, meron tayong table na merong 3 column. At meron din tayong numbers 1 to 7. On the first column, nakalagay dyan ang challenges met in school. For our second column, factors or reasons in experiencing challenges. Third column, what are the actions to do to still have a good study habit? Okay, so meron po tayong sample answer dyan. For example, challenges met in school. Not enough food for family every day. So, ang tendency niyan, hindi makakapag-perform ng maayos sa school because of lack of food. So, maaring may nararamdaman kang iba, kaya hindi mo ma-perform ang mga task na assigned sa'yo. So, on the next column, what are the factors or reason in experiencing these challenges? So, maybe your parents are jobless. Both mother and father are not working because of the community lockdown. So, since they are not working, they wasn't able to provide the needs for the family. And while experiencing those challenges, what are the actions to do to still have a good study habit? So, ito naman yung maaari mong gawin kahit na-experience mo ang mga challenges na ito. Look for opportunities to earn while considering my safety and allot time to focus on my schoolwork. Okay. So, meron po tayo ditong 1 to 7. Babalikan nyo po ang cloud of one's life. Titingnan nyo yung mga challenges. Ikakopy nyo po dito sa ating worksheet. And then, a-answer nyo po ang second column, the factors or reason in experiencing challenges. And sasagutan nyo din po ang third column, what are the actions to do still to have a good study habit. Okay, so I'll be giving you 10 minutes for this and your time starts now. Kapag natapos ng sagutan, ang ating activity number 2, we are going to answer the 3 processing questions. Number 1, what do you feel when you recall those challenges? Number 2, how different or similar are the study habits in various challenges? Number 3, how do you look at these challenges in relation to your academic success? You have to keep in mind that challenges are normal occurrences in life. No single person can say that he or she has never encountered a challenge. From the time you were born, as a baby, you struggled to crawl, to walk, and to talk. As a toddler, you struggled to contain your tantrums when you did not get what you wanted. As you added years in your life, you began to notice that the challenges you experienced became more varied, complex, and difficult than before. This health crisis situation that we are experiencing is a challenge in itself. We sometimes struggle to remind or to remember and apply all the necessary health and safety protocols from authorities. We struggle to avoid going to places if it is not necessary. We struggle to find safe ways to keep in touch with family, friends, and loved ones while observing physical distancing. Even the learning setup is a challenge not only for you but for your classmates, parents, family members, teachers, and friends as well. Thus, everyone experiences challenges even before COVID-19. Could you imagine a life without challenges? A life where you don't have to overcome any challenges at all. Regardless of its kind, we must constantly equip ourselves with ways on how we can rise above these challenges and deal with it positively. We have to develop effective study habits for the attainment of exemplary performance, not only in school, but in life later on. So here are, I'll be giving you the suggested strategies or ways to help you achieve academic success. So additionally, here are good study habits for students that can use, especially at this time of pandemic, to enhance your study habits practices. So, we are going to have a strategy. So, what do we mean by strategy? S, set your academic goal for this school year. T, track your development through daily and weekly study plan. R, recognize the need for help or assistance from your parents, teacher, and other adults in relation to your academic needs. A, accomplish your learning task ahead of time. T, thoroughly checked the quality, quantity, and presentation of your output before submission. E, exercise efficiency in the use of time, materials, and effort in achieving academic goal. G, gather all possible resources from books and other resources in order to have better understanding of the topic in your classes. And why? Yearn to perform better and remember your motivation, study skills, and study habits. So let us have our strategy. Likewise, as much as possible, learn to avoid the following. So let's learn to avoid the so-called waste. So what do we mean by waste? W for wasting time or doing irrelevant activities while having classes, like playing online games, chatting, watching movies or TV series, and daydreaming. Letter A, allowing peers to distract or dictate your plans and actions. Letter S, stressing yourself to the point that you cannot function well. Letter T, thoughts that are negative like difficulty of the subject, chance of failure, and inability to learn new lesson. Letter E, exhibiting unhealthy behavior such as poor sleeping habits, yung nakikipag-chat, nakikipag-text, hanggang madaling araw, kaya konti na lang ang naiitulog. Excessive use of gadgets. So, dapat meron lang kayong mga schedule ng paggamit para hindi nyo na overuse. And then, not taking time to relax. So, palaging stress, palaging ang umiisip ng mga negative thoughts, kaya masyadong nasistress. So, those are the waste that we should avoid. So, keep in mind that the strategies discussed above cannot be mastered overnight. All study habits which are proven effective and efficient take time, hard work, and practice. Whenever you take it upon yourself to apply the strategy seriously, you will begin to see that the challenges you encounter within and outside the school settings are not as overwhelming as discouraged as before. Navigating life with or without the presence of a crisis situation such as the COVID-19 becomes more manageable if you are familiar with the strategies or ways that will lead you toward academic success. For adolescent learners like you, some of the most needed study habits in your or age group are time management, note taking, managing distraction, doing advanced reading, and of course, listening attentively. Even if face to face classes for now are temporarily not being conducted, while it is still to practice every single effective study habits, all learners have preferential study habits depending on their learning styles and personal circumstances. Similarly, avoiding unhelpful routines that hinders a learner from academic success also takes practice. It takes a lot of determination, focus, and self-control to nurture your ability to say no to distractions and unnecessary activities, especially now that you do a lot of studying by yourself because of the pandemic. So let us now proceed to our next activity. You can do it! Okay, so this is the direction for for this activity. You're going to copy the illustration of a pie below on a clean sheet of paper or bond paper. Next, you're going to list down your expectations before the start of school year 2020-2021, as well as the things that happened during the first month of classes. So this is entitled My Story Pie. Okay, so on the half or the 50%, those are the things that happened during the first month of classes. So ano ba yung mga challenges that you have experienced na sa first week, second week, and third week, and fourth week? And then, on the other half, you're going to write your expectation before the start of the school year 2020-2021. Okay? So, this activity is for 5 minutes only. And your time starts now. Okay, so when you're done, let us proceed to our next activity. What I have learned. On a clean sheet of paper or bond paper, complete each sentence below by writing the best phrase that applies. Select your answer from the boxes. So, makakakita kayo ng word or phrase inside the boxes. Like good study habits, cramming, self-esteem, goals, take a deep breath, focus, activities, and group study. So, you are going to fill in the missing part. So, ibig sabihin, this is fill in the blanks. So, sentence completion. Let's answer. Number 1. Blank. Relax and do not put extreme unnecessary pressure on yourself during your lessons. Number 2, one way of having good study habits is to avoid blank. It is better to review your notes ahead of time and study slowly but surely in a span of days than study everything in one go. Number 3, set specific blank that you can integrate in your routine. Consistency is one of having good study habit. One way of having good study habit. Number 4, having blank can be of immense help to students in acquiring knowledge and skills. Number 5, good study habits also boost blank, especially during exams and tests. Number 6, some people learn better when they join a blank. Number 7, each study session has its own blank. This may come in many forms such as memorizing vocabulary, solving problems, or reading a whole chapter. Number 8, the last but not the least. When you are surrounded with distractions, such as noise and social media, you tend to lose blank, which can interfere in your study time. So let us now proceed in sharing your insights. Okay, so this is entitled Study Habits, Pros and Cons. So, dito sa pros and cons, when you say pros, ibig sabihin, if your answer is pros, ibig sabihin, you are agree to the statement or phrase. Pag sinabi namang cons, you are disagree. And then, dito sa ating template, meron tayong 4 columns. Ang first column is the study habits. Then, i-check nyo lang if the study habits that are written there, halimbawa, number 1, time management. Ilalagay nyo yung check kung kayo ay pros or agree, or kayo con or disagree. And then, ilalagay nyo sa last column kung anong inyong insight about the statement. Okay, see, we only have 5 study habit statement that are written on our first column. So, I'll be giving you 3 minutes to accomplish the template. And your time starts now. Okay? So, I hope you learned a lot from this module 2. And I hope I made difference kapag ka binabasa nyo lang yung module nyo at kapag ka merong video ganito na aking binibigay ang instruction. So, I hope it helped a lot. And thank you for watching. God bless everyone. Stay safe and be safe. Goodbye and thank you.